Welcome to Qt FasTrack series. For API Recommended Practice 572. Inspection Practices for Pressure Vessels. In this lecture, we will discuss sub-clauses 9.4. Internal inspection. The sub-clauses 9.4 Internal inspection contains 9 items, and we will discuss and highlight important information contained item 9.4.1 to 9.4.3. Surface preparation. The degree of surface preparation needed for internal inspection depends on the type of damage expected, the location of any damage. The cleaning methods mentioned should be supplemented by power wire brushing, abrasive grit blasting, grinding, high-pressure water blasting, for example 8,000 to 12,000 psi, or power chipping when warranted by circumstances. These extra cleaning methods are necessary when stress corrosion cracking, wet sulfide cracking, hydrogen attack, or other metallurgical forms of damage are suspected. Preliminary visual inspection. The initial step in preparation for an internal inspection is to review the previous records of the vessel to be inspected. Sulfide corrosion. The bottom head and shell of fractionators processing high-sulfur crude oils are susceptible to sulfide corrosion. This corrosion will usually be most intense around the inlet lines. In general, high-temperature sulfur corrosion tends to be uniform compared to more localized corrosion from high naphthenic acids. Chloride attack. The upper shell and the top head of the fractionation and distillation towers are sometimes subject to chloride attack. Corrosion in the form of grooving will often be found at these locations. Corrosion and erosion. If steam is injected into a vessel, corrosion and erosion may occur at places directly opposite the steam inlet. Areas of the vessel opposite inlet nozzles may be subject to impingement attack or erosion. Shells of vessels adjacent to inlet impingement plates are susceptible to erosion when velocities are high. When materials flow at high velocities in exchanger units, tube inlets in tubular units, return bends in double pipe units, and condenser box or air cooler coils, an accelerated attack can be expected if changes are made in the direction of flow. Corrosion. Bottom heads and pockets that can collect condensate are also likely to be corroded. Carbon steel exchanger channels gasket surfaces near brass tube sheets will often corrode at a higher rate than it would elsewhere. Vessels in water service, such as exchangers or coolers, are subjected to maximum corrosion where the water temperatures are highest. In vessels where sludge may settle out, concentration cell corrosion sometimes occurs. The point where the hot process stream returns to the tower may be corrosion associated with reboilers, if the process stream contains components that may decompose with heat and form acid compounds, as in alkylation units, solvent extraction processes, and soap or detergent plants. Cracks. Fractionation and distillation towers, knockout drums, reflux accumulators, exchanger shells, and other related vessels that are subject to wet hydrogen sulfide, H2S, or cyanide environments, are susceptible to cracks in their welds and weld heat-affected zones. Because of metallurgical changes caused by the heat of welding, at welded seams and adjacent areas, corrosion often accelerates, and most of the cracks that occur in pressure vessels there. Cracks in vessels are most likely to occur where there are sharp changes in shape or size, or near welded seams, especially if a high stress is applied. Review questions. Question number 1. Vessels are often cleaned with a high-pressure water blast. What is the typical pressure used for this water blast? Answer is C. Question number 2. Normal vessel cleaning methods, like steam cleaning, usually are adequate to meet the inspector's needs for an internal inspection. Extra cleaning such as abrasive grit or water blasting may be required when inspecting for Answer is C. Question number 3. An internal inspection will be performed on a vessel. What is the initial step to be performed? Answer is D. Question number 4. Sulfidation is a common concern at the Answer is B. Question number 5. High temperature sulfur corrosion, sulfidation, tends to appear as Answer is D. Question number 6. The upper shell and top head of a distillation towers are sometimes subject to Answer is A. Question number 7. Equipment in a wet hydrogen sulfide or cyanide environments may experience Answer is B. Question number 8. Sludge settles on a vessel's bottom head. What corrosion mechanism is likely to occur? Answer is A. Question number 9. If steam is injected into a vessel, a likely place for corrosion is on the answer is C. Question number 10. When a reboiler is used with a tower fractionating column, a common place for corrosion is answer is C. Question number 11. What is a common cause of corrosion associated with reboilers? Answer is B. Question number 12. Most cracking occurs. Answer is D. Question number 13. Areas opposite inlet nozzles may be subject to answer is C. Question number 14. Exchangers in cooling water service have the highest corrosion rates where the answer is D. Question number 15. Which of these exchanger components would have a higher expected corrosion rate? Answer is B. Question number 16. In a vessel, where are cracks most likely to occur? Answer is D. Question number 17. In an exchanger, accelerated corrosion is most likely in the answer is A. Question number 18. An impingement plate is installed on an exchanger bundle at the inlet nozzle. What area is most susceptible to corrosion? Answer is A. This lecture is prepared by Samir Saad, and this is his profile.